buddy. Killer job, man. Awesome groove. Love it. Everyone, this is Jimmy Rainsford, all the way from Ireland.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, man. Yeah. Welcome to Drumeo, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's good to have you out. Like I said, if you guys don't know who Jimmy is, you got to check him out online. You got to check him out online. He's a great drummer, awesome groove guy. As you just heard, he is the drummer for Picture This, a band you're just kind of getting started right now.
Yes.
And also, you toured across Europe and Asia with Rainsford. You're also a producer. You're also a writer as well. Mm-hmm. So how did you get started in all this?
In professional drumming or drumming in general?
Just how about drumming in general?
Wow. I come from a very large family, if they're watching, hi. And they all play music, so I had no choice.
Yeah.
So I can't really remember starting to play, but I just started playing drums, and I think they needed a drummer because everyone else played guitar.
Sure, yeah.
So I got the job as the drummer.
You get the short end of the stick.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, you sound great. You guys can check him out online, jimmyrainsford.com, JIMMYRAINSFORD.com. Also, Facebook social media, which is facebook.com/JimmyRainsfordOfficial.
Yeah.
Correct? And then
right.
Twitter and Instagram is @JimmyRainsford. Check out his YouTube channel, too. You've got a ton of videos on there.
Yeah, loads. Loads of videos, covers, play-alongs. Just every kind of drumming video.
Love it.
Yeah.
The song he just played was called Drumalaxy. It's part of an album that you have on YouTube that's drum and drumless version.
Yes.
So if you like that, you can download it. He's also offering it to Drumeo Edge members, so we're going to film a bunch of videos and include him in Drumeo Edge play-alongs for you as well, which is going to be very cool.
Yeah.
And if you like this kind of stuff, guys, and you're watching online and you want to see his play-alongs, and we're doing a course with you as well, you can sign up for Drumeo for free, 330-day trial at drumeo.com/trial. We do this kind of stuff all the time. We're live all the time, and it's a lot of fun. So check us out there. And without any further ado, let's get to the topic, which is how to learn drums or how to learn songs.
How to learn songs
by ear.
using your ears.
Using nothing but your ears.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've done lessons like this before. We've learned. Casey Cooper came out, did a lesson called "How to Learn Songs Quickly." We have songs on how to learn songs on Drumeo as well, or lessons on that as well. So we're going to do a little bit of a different approach with this, I would imagine.
Yeah, because like from my point of view, learning drums growing up, I had no tabs, I had no frame of reference, just my ears. So I've kind of learned how to learn a song by ears, just solely by ears, because you come into a lot of situations when you're playing professionally where you're given a song and you have to learn it, even if you're playing a live gig and you don't have much time to learn it, there's no tabs. So I think it's very important for drummers to know how to use their ears properly. Absolutely.
And another cool thing about having Jimmy out is you've never had a single lesson.
Never a lesson, ever.
So ever. You've basically learned by ear yourself.
Well, that's why I wanted to do this lesson, because I've learned by ear, and that's just the way I've always known. I don't know anything else. So I don't really understand what I'm doing sometimes, but I've just kind of trained my ears enough. So hopefully it sounds okay.
I think it'll be good. So yeah, I'll let you take it away. And actually, to start with, you gave me a really good quote, because you also produce a lot of songs. You said, actually 2 quotes. You said, the best beat to play is the one that you can't hear.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I really mean, like, if someone who isn't a drummer comes and listens to a song, they're not going to be listening for the beat. The only time they're going to hear the beat if the beat is wrong. You know, if the beat doesn't fit the song, anybody can tell straight away that just doesn't fit. I think the best beat that a drummer should be able to apply to a song is the beat that no one can hear. It just fits into the music and is a part of the song, and it's one thing. It's not the drums and the music. So it should be something that you don't even hear, because in a song, you want to be listening to the vocal line, or you want to be listening to the main melody, the lyrics. So the drums should be in the background, and they shouldn't be even heard, but they should be a vital part, of course.
Yeah, you also said people don't hear drum beats in pop songs. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, like the general audience of people who listen to music, the most important people, the music listeners, in pop songs, you can't really hear the drums, because they're simplistic. They suit the music perfectly, especially in pop music, because you know the beat is a very important part, and people can dance to it, they can sing along to it, but they don't really understand why. That means you're doing a good job. You know. So
cool.
yeah.
Cool. So with this this approach here, what I think we should do and what we've talked about before the lesson is to pick a song that you have had to learn yourself by ear.
Yes.
And to go over some points that you've kind of jotted down of how you learned the song. And it's not an easy song too. I took a listen, and it's not a simple pop song.
No, it's I don't even know what genre to put on this song, but it's by a band called King Modo. Big shout out to King Modo, they're an awesome band. And this song's called All You May Say. It's the first song on their album. And what happened was I came to play with these guys, and I was given the songs and I had to learn them by ear. And like you said, it's not an easy song to learn by ear, but it's a great song, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you exactly how I went through learning this song by ear, from listening to it to playing it at the end.
Cool, man. We'll take it away.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just given a song. You know, you just have to listen to the song, you have to analyze the song, and there's a few points that I think can help you learn the song a lot quicker. So obviously the first thing is listening to the song. So I'm good to play this?
Yeah, go for it.
So let's just listen. Let's listen to the main groove. Let's not listen to the whole song through. Let's listen to the main groove in the verse and see what's going on, first of all.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Okay. So straight away, okay, you're thinking it's a shuffle groove. It's a very, very strong backbeat. That beat is holding that song together. So it's so important that you got to nail that properly. So, and the other thing as well, obviously you got to look for the meter. The meter sounds like 4. It's standard 4. It's a bit of a shuffly kind of groove to it. It's not very, very straight down the middle. A lot of notes being played. So let me just play it from the start again.
Okay, so we're listening for the meter, we're listening for the feel, the groove.
Listening for the groove. So at this point, what I would want to be doing is just playing along to it. You know, even just dancing to it.
Okay.
Dancing to it, humming it, just trying to get a feel for it. So let me just try and play along with it for a sec.
Go ahead.
So the groove, yeah, it is straightforward, but straight away it's got to be, I'm playing a 4/4 over it, and it's not swinging the way I want it to swing. So I'm looking for that straight away. So let me just skip on a little bit into the verse, and let's just go into the chorus. I just want to see what kind of dynamics are going to go on before I start learning that groove. I want to see if it's the same groove in the chorus. Okay, same kind of groove, but a bit more open. A bit more on the right cymbal, a bit more opening out. The dynamics of the song are so important. So let me just play it acoustically without music.
Okay.
Get my words mixed up. So the verse groove. Pretty straightforward, but there's a lot going on there that I need to break down.
So even before you even get to that stage, how do you know to play that? Because somebody like who picks up that song, I mean, there's a lot to listen for just already.
Oh, so yeah, straight away, and I'm jumping the gun.
You're at 0.5, man.
Yeah, I'm done. Let's go. But well, how I know it's that kind of groove, like I just can. It's the same thing the way somebody who doesn't understand drums fully can listen to the song and they know it's this kind of groove. You can dance to it like that, and there's like a kind of sound to it. So straight away, I'm thinking it's a shuffle, you know, and almost like that kind of sound, you know, and that's the most important. You need to, like, there's no point of rushing into a song thinking, oh, I have the meter, it's 4/4, and I know the structure of the song, done, let's do it, you know what I mean, because let me kill the song for you.
Kill the song.
I'm going to kill the song. Dead.
Okay.
The groove is just, it's not there, you know, fully. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They'll rush into a song without really analysing, you know, what's going on in the actual song properly. So there's a groove. But you don't need ghost notes to play a shuffle. You know, you can play a shuffle like, so the song is like, two on the bass drum. It's kind of more of a swing to it there instead of going, you know, that's very stagnant. So straight away we've identified that it's a shuffle kind of groove, and then you can start building up your ghost notes to make the groove flow more. And obviously we heard the chorus is same kind of groove. It's a lot of ghost notes, but it's a lot more open out, and I think the dynamics are very, very important.
So obviously listening is a huge point.
Huge,
We're using
yeah.
our ears, obviously. So maybe, do you want to play that verse again and just maybe point out a couple things that you're listening for, things that might stand out to you, that might trigger something, saying, okay, well, first off, that tells me
Sure.
it's a shuffle, and then explain it. You can just keep playing it. Can
I talk over it?
Absolutely, yeah. I think
Cool.
so, Taylor, right? Thumbs up. Yeah, we're good.
You're the man, Taylor.
Yeah, he's the man.
Right, let me play it through. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Now, the double bass drum. Boom, boom. Shuffle. And if you hear it on the hi-hats, and the ghost notes on the snare.
You tell me you are skin and bone, nothing more, nothing before.
So you can hear the pulse. That little accent, the ghost note. Straight away. You know, you can hear it's going to be a shuffle.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a shuffle.
Everyone loves to shuffle.
Everybody loves a shuffle. You know, and it just suits the song as well. I think that's the important thing as well, that when you hear that, you've got to understand that if that beat isn't a shuffle to that kind of, even the way the guitar is going, and like that moves us on to listening to the other instruments, which like you just have to understand what everyone else is doing so you can do what you can do best to the song, you know.
Do you want to show us what you mean by that? Maybe play that intro again and
Yeah.
just point out some things that you might have heard in that song that stood out to you?
Well, straight away, listen to the guitar, the acoustic guitar, okay? Let me play it. On the up. You know what I mean? It's almost just giving you it right there. If that was on its
Right there.
own,
Yeah.
if you could listen to that song without the drums, it would still be a shuffle, you know? And the last thing you're going to do is play a 4/4 beat without any shuffle or
Straight ahead
ghost
beat,
notes,
yeah.
straight up, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think identifying that at an early stage is perfect, you know? Even if you want to get a pad, you've got to write it down. Write down exactly what kind of feel it is, what kind of groove, what kind of meter it is, because straight away that's kind of the hard thing out of the way, you know, and it gets you in the mind frame of the song easier, you know. And then it's the same, obviously we can go through the song, so let's go to the chorus.
Sure. Yeah.
So I've
Tell us
explained
what
that
you're
groove,
listening
okay.
for, yeah. Tell us what you're listening for in the chorus.
Yeah, let's listen to let me listen to the build up to the chorus, okay.
You is
Okay,
for one last kiss.
still the verse,
I think that we agree.
same kind of groove.
Departure is a certainty. I know that you believe me. So whatever you're causing,
It opens out a lot more,
all
still a
you
shuffle.
say is, we live and die.
But it's still,
Say,
it's still staying in the pocket, but this is where dynamics comes in really importantly. Again, it's very easy to just kill that natural kind of build to make the chorus that much bigger.
Do you want to show us what you mean by that?
Yeah, let me go from the verse into the chorus, okay? So here's the verse groove.
Do you want to do it with the song so we can
Yeah,
hear
I'll do it with the song.
That's a good idea.
Here we go.
in our eyes, we
Okay,
try to
first groove.
disguise it. talk about death and friends that you miss. You wish for one last kiss. I think that we agree. Departure is a certainty. I know that you believe me. So whatever your cause is, all you may say is we live and die. But science says that nothing ever ends, but everything changes.
So you can hear the dynamics straight away. Same groove, I'm doing the same everything, maybe a different kick pattern just to space it out a bit more. But straight away I've identified the dynamics between the chorus and the verse. Simplistic enough. Difficult grooves to get first. I know it will take you a long time, but I think the most important thing is that you just listen to it a lot, play along to it a lot, because even if you do start playing a normal groove over it, because I had to learn the song by ear as well, even if I'm playing a normal groove over it, you'll eventually just fall into place. You know, if your ears are toned in enough to the song, it has to be played that way. If it's not played that way, it's not contributing to the music properly. So.
Now I get a lot of people that email us and say, hey, look, I know how to play the beats of the song, but I keep getting lost in the song. If you're trying to learn a song by ear, how do you figure out where the structure is of the song or where you're at in the song? How do you learn those things?
Listening, obviously listening, but playing along to it is a big part as well, because when you're actually playing the song and you're listening to the song and it's in your ear, when a part is building in your ear, you're just going to know, you can easily know what section is coming into. Like, for example, the chorus is obviously going to open out a little bit. But regularly, if you're learning pop songs or songs with more of a known structure, it's usually going to be the verse, chorus, whatever it's going to be, But it is important to just remember your structure, remember your dynamics. Don't make the first chorus huge and then the next chorus be like, oh, maybe I should tone that down. Go all out from the start. No, but it's very easy to get lost within songs. Very, very easy to get lost within songs, especially if you're learning a song like this song or any song. If you're trying to do a cover for YouTube or something, I even find it myself. I get brain fried with where I am in a song, but it's just all down to listening and just taking the time. It does take time, but you gotta commit to it. It's the only way.
Now, you were brought up in like a musical family. Obviously, you said your siblings played music, so you were thrown to the drums. So to you, I mean, obviously music comes maybe a bit easier because you've had that upbringing. But for those who haven't really played a lot, how do you figure out where that tension is coming? Like you said, you'll know when a chorus is coming.
Yeah.
What if you don't know? What if you can't hear that? Or what do you listen for to maybe like some key points in a tune that'll tell you, okay, well, something's going to change here? Yeah,
well, some key points in terms of drumming wise, like the groove could slightly shift, you know what I mean? The groove could slightly open out a little bit more. The whole groove might change dynamically. In this particular song, it stays the same groove, but this is a great example. It stays the same groove, but it just opens out a little bit more. And you can almost feel the change coming. The hi-hats are getting looser, the groove is getting louder, it's more solid, then it opens out into the chorus. So you can almost kind of feel the build and the drums. That's why I think the drums are awesome. But the drums, because you have control over the dynamics of the song.
Yeah.
You've total control. Like I know this, I've heard this before of guys playing gigs, and for fun, they just slow down the song. Everyone has to follow them, or they speed up the song, and everyone else has to go with them. Same with dynamics. If you start getting loud, everyone else has got to get loud.
Yeah.
So the drummer has the control over the dynamics of the song, especially when it comes to different structure, or when it comes to structurally to choruses, pre-choruses. It's so important that you got to nail those properly and listen out for them when you're listening to a song. Listen out to the drums opening up. Listen out to the hi-hats opening if he's grooving on the hi-hats. Listen to a fill that will take you into the chorus, or changing to the ride cymbal or whatever else. You know what I mean?
what I would like to do, because we've talked so much about listening, and this is all about learning by ear. Let's play the song from the beginning to the end.
Cool.
And you talk us along to the things that are you're listening for. And we already just did that, but I want to talk about like where the verses are, where the choruses are, because this is another thing that I get a lot of members asking me is I don't know what a verse and a chorus is. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate. So if you just talk us along the whole song, say, well, listening for the verse here comes the chorus, here's a good fill to keep mental note of, here's a dynamic shift to keep mental note of. Maybe if you can do that for us, that'd be very helpful.
Cool. So let's go from the very beginning.
Sounds good.
I won't play.
Because you would say this is the most important part of learning the song.
This is the most important part, listening. But really, I don't mean just singing along and listening. Like really, really listen. And put yourself in the boots of the person playing the song. You know, what were they thinking when they were playing it? You know?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So this is almost like the intro. And the good thing about these, like, the intro is setting the mood for the song straight away.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Just setting the mood with this groove.
Yeah.
Now you imagine it's a verse, two bars in.
You tell me you are skin and bone, nothing more, nothing before.
The drums slightly quieter.
Nothing after. Well, if it does not matter, then why do I see
Still, not doing anything flashy. You know, letting the vocals take over.
Yeah.
So that's the midway of the verse.
Still no fills.
Still no what?
Still no fills.
No fills. No builds, no nothing. Just still grooving nicely. Now. Fill. And you know that's into the chorus. Move to the right cymbal. Different bass drum pattern. A bit more open out than the rest of the instruments. A bit more louder. Still building and building. But still the same groove, obviously. Now, that fill, that full bar fill, back into the intro kind of first groove. Piano fill, back into the verse. This second verse might be twice as short or half as long. Yeah. Good groove.
Very good groove.
Oh yeah. Same fill, back into the chorus. Opens out. And the second choruses would usually be twice as long. I think they're usually twice as long. Can't even talk, I'm grooving so much here.
It's great.
So this was the end of the last chorus, or the first chorus is the end of it. Same fill again. Chorus twice. That fill is almost like the, you know, and you'll hear that in songs, when there's that kind of fill, you'll know the section is coming. Still going. And the vocal melody is still the same as well. But here, vocals have changed. Different kind of guitar noise. You know they're gone into kind of a middle eight part here. Or even almost like an outro. Yeah, it's like a bridge or something. The electric guitar is a bit more. Vocals have changed.
More fills.
More fills. Almost at the end of every section. Every 4 bars there's another fill. Same fill again. Midway point. Keep them going. Still feels like a middle eight outro. Fill again.
Some reflections on the right.
Yeah. Now the same fill. Now we're back to the verse groove. So that whole section, not a traditional structure, I suppose you could say, because you're going back straight to the verse groove. Pretty solid groove, a bit more intense. Now we come to the outro section.
Oh, geez.
Now you're almost to a different song.
Whoa! I didn't.
Yeah, this is just a few bars of an outro groove, just to kind of put it. You can still hear it, same groove. Still shuffly, and then it comes to an end. Cymbal crescendo.
Crazy. So I saw in the chat, Carmen asked a great question.
Yeah.
She asks, "Are you counting bars throughout that song?"
No, I'm not counting bars. I'm hearing the natural. I'm not listening to the drums. I'm listening to the lyrics and the melodies, and it's something you can almost feel when the melody is coming to the end of the. You know what I mean? I can't even explain it properly. But if I was counting bars, like I can count bars. Like if even for that last section, I know when I was learning this song for that last course, I had to count how many bars was happening because First, I couldn't distinguish between that last course and that middle eight because they sound so similar. It took me a while to realize, oh, this is a different section, and I should open out a little bit more. I was doing more fills anyway, but as you do. But I did have to count bars, and the way I was counting bars was just a standard in 4/4. So you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like that. I'm counting that as one bar, and same in the chorus. Of course, it's the same groove. So yeah, like at that time, just there, I wasn't counting bars. I was just listening to the natural build and dynamics of the music. You can feel the players when they're playing it, that this section's coming to an end, or like that fill leading into the chorus. Right, you know, we're into the chorus. That's the end of the bar. Or you can even feel sometimes in the groove, in the verse, the hi-hats are getting a little bit looser. And you know, right, we're going somewhere else here. This is the end of the bar.
Yeah.
You know.
Almost like you can anticipate what's
Yeah,
happening.
it's anticipating. You can feel the natural tension in the players. You can feel the tension that we're moving to another section in how they play. You know.
So I mean, I guess too, you if you are going to count, you wouldn't count individual bars. You'd more count 4 or 8 bar phrases. You know, because you even said, you know, this is probably halfway through verse 1 at that point because you knew the verse was going to extend again.
Yeah.
But you kind of felt the verse was coming to an end. So if you knew you kind of felt it was going to go on, you would expect there or anticipate there to be another section of verse.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, even because like again, I heard like for the first verse, you could just feel the midway point. No, it's not going to a chorus yet. You know what I mean? The dynamics are still low. The groove is still the same. You know it's a midway point. But then at the end of that, in the end of the second verse, since it was only half as long, you could feel it straight away. You knew this is going somewhere. You know, the drums are opening out more. You know, even listening to the lyrics, you can go as far as listening to the lyrics. You know, right, that's the end of what he's talking about.
Well, I liked in the song too when you said a little piano fill. I mean, that was right before verse 2, so that's a good indicator right there. If you're playing, then you hear the piano fill. You know, the verse 2 is.
Yeah, you know, right. We're starting verse 2. You know, like. And I would think of it as a Pro Tools session, you know, where you have your markers on top. You know, you mark, here's the verse. You mark that out, you know, a certain amount of bars. You can almost visualize it in your head as the song being a timeline, you know, and straight away take your chunks out. Your verse and your chorus are usually similar lengths. Second verse maybe a little bit shorter than the chorus to the end. Whatever the song is, you know, visualize that bar in your head, you know what I mean? Or that imaginary bar in your head. And imagine the sections. Feel the builds between each section. That's gonna take you. Because I know when playing this song live, sometimes at the end, we'll extend it out. You know what I mean? And you'll start doing like so, the groove. Maybe more fills, building it a little bit more, and then you go to the end outro section. And if everyone is looking at each other and playing together,
just go for as long as you want.
Go with it, you know what I mean? Because again, you can just feel the natural build between sections. I think that's very important. It's very important when you're playing with a band as well, just to eyes and listen. That's something you'll always hear between, especially bass players. Eyes. That's what they'll say.
Eyes.
That's all you.
If
you're locked in with somebody, you know exactly what they're going to do.
That's right. So do you find it easier to learn the structure this way? But like, what about like the grooves? Like, what do you find harder? And how do you even learn the grooves within the song?
I find the structure harder than the grooves.
Okay.
Actually, which because I think, like obviously, for me growing up and learning rudiments kind of accidentally and learning techniques that I didn't fully understand what I was doing. But people were teaching me along the way, and I was looking at a lot of drummers. And even nowadays, I'm looking at Drumeo, for example. I'm still doing lessons. Like, for example, the other night, like I was looking at Drumeo just to look at a lesson to see how it goes, and then I ended up going into a course, learning a whole course, and I was like, hold on, I'm supposed to be preparing my own lesson here. I'm watching the Colbus method or something. So, so I'm still learning myself, you know. But yes, I find structure very difficult because some songs, like every song structure is very different, and the hardest part is knowing, right, we're into a different structure, or knowing and remembering, hold on, this is the chorus, not the middle eight. I remember when I go to the middle eight, thinking, well, maybe it's going to go to an outro or a chorus. It's just being aware of your structures and being aware that, oh, the first chorus is over. There's been so many times where I'm in the second chorus and I'm like, is this the last chorus? Or is this the first chorus? You know what I mean? Same with the verses. If you're thinking about something else, especially when you're on a gig, when you're given a song that you have to learn quickly and you have to play live quickly, you know, you just got to be so aware of what you're playing.
Yeah.
You know, it's so important to be aware of what you're playing.
So you write notes down, maybe? Like
yeah,
how
you can
many
write
bars?
you can write notes, and I've done it so many times in studio. You get a note, just tape it somewhere where you can see structurally. You know, I can't read tabs, so I would just write out, like, maybe even, like you said, piano fill. I'd write down piano fill. That leads to the second verse. You know, for the first verse, I could count bars. I could say, oh, it's 8 bars of shuffle groove. You know, I'll count those 8 bars for the first verse, and then I'll know, okay, I'll just feel the second verse. If the second verse is half as long, obviously it's going to be 4 bars. I don't need to write that down, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've heard the first verse, I've played it. Now I know what the second verse is going to be. You know, but it is good to write notes. You know, don't think that it's not good to write notes. I know this is learning songs by ear, and that is very important. But you know, it's hard to think and play at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to just have some reference to be like, okay, I'm sure. Especially if you're playing in a situation where you can't mess up. You know, because it can be.
So then, how do you learn the beats then? So say there's a beat or a fill, of course. Like, how do you learn that by ear, or do you just get as close as you can and sort of build from there? Like, how's your approach?
I get as close as I can, like, and like let me play that chorus groove, okay? And I'll play the groove the way I would play it first of all, and then the way I would do it, I would almost like fall into place. The groove has to be a certain way, you know, especially when you're playing with other instruments. You're just going to feel the natural groove go a certain way. So I'm going to play it standard, and then I'll start to add more stuff. Here we go. Okay, so I did half and half. Second one, I'm just accenting the shuffle just a little bit more, you know. You'll see that in a lot of songs, even if it's just a standard groove like this. You know, cool, you know, but if you want to just make it, if the guitar is more of a, like a ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, like kind of a 16th note thingy, you know, instead of just going 4th to the floor, you could kind of go. Help out the music just a little bit more, you know, and it can carry the vibe of the song a lot better. And like I said, the best drum beat is the one you can't hear in a song. You know, if someone's doing one thing and you're doing something that completely just doesn't complement it, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
And so is everybody else. You know?
Absolutely. So when you got the beat down, you got the structure kind of down, you've listened to the song, you've listened to the dynamics, you've listened to the meter, the tempo, the pulse, all that kind of stuff. How do you put on like the final touches, or how do you, just like I said, make it groove, so to speak? Yeah.
Well, relax, first of all. Take it easy. Yeah, but like seriously, do relax, you know, just sit back into the song, you know, and be confident about what you're playing. Don't second guess. You know, you've done the work. You know, you've checked everything so far. You've checked your tempo, your meter. You've checked your groove. You've checked how to just make it sit down properly in the song. You know, for the end, play it fully through a few times, but be confident in what you're playing. I know in some songs there might be another drum track that you have to learn, fine, but don't be afraid of taking it on and making it your own. You know, really kind of give it your own style. Be confident playing. You know, there's too many players who just aren't confident enough when they're playing, and straight away people can see that. You know, straight away you can see, well, that player isn't confident in that groove. You know, you got to show them that you can own the groove, you know, of that song, and get the music across. And it's the same when you're playing live. I know we say, oh, the best beat is the one you can't hear, but the best drummer is the one you can't see, you know? Because if I'm at a gig and the drummer sucks, I'm going to be like...
That's so good.
Yeah, I'm looking at the drummer as like, oh, he's not playing that properly or something.
Yeah.
But if the drummer's doing a great job, I'm just looking at the whole show.
Yeah, makes sense. You're enjoying the show.
Yeah, you just got to be confident and sit back, you know? Be confident in what you're playing.
Cool. It's getting to the time where we should get to some questions. So if you guys have questions for Jimmy, especially about learning songs by ear, and I know most of you guys out there, I'm looking at the chat, a lot of people learn music by ear, not even just drummers, but other instrumentalists as well. So if you have questions for him or things that maybe work for you that you wanted to share, let us know. Anything to add that you might have missed on how you learn by ear?
I think learning what other instruments do for the song is very important. Being able to identify, like I even remember doing this in school, being able to identify what instruments are on the song, you know, because after all, if you are going to be playing songs, you know, it's not I'm the drummer and you're the band kind of thing. You know, you're all together in the one song. Excuse me. You got to complement the song as best as you can. Knowing what everyone else is doing is key, you know. Especially with a bass player, if you're locking in with a bass player, you know, your bass drum and your bass, they want to be locked in on the same grooves, you know, don't take off, play together, you know. And when you're listening to a song, listen to everyone else. Don't listen to yourself, you know. Listen to how you can fit into there. Don't listen to how you can overplay everybody else, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Pretty good tips, solid tips, all about listening, obviously, by ear.
Yeah.
Since we had that song on our head now, we have that groove in their head. I know we had a couple other tunes we wanted you to play, but do you mind substituting one of them for this song and just playing along with this song?
I can play the whole song if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. I'd love to hear you and see you play.
Okay, cool.
And again, this song is King Modo, M-O-D-O, and it's All You Have to Say.
All You May Say.
All You May Say.
And the album is on iTunes.
There you go.
Yeah, so check it out. Here we go. I'll probably miss the start because I've got no cue, but...
We understand.
Everyone understands.
You tell me you are skin and bone, nothing more, nothing before, and nothing after. Well, if it does not matter, then why do I see fear and anger in our eyes? We try to disguise it. You talk about death and friends that you miss. You wish for one last kiss. I think that we agree departure is a certainty. I know that you believe me. So whatever your cause is, all you may say is we live and die. But science says that nothing ever ends, but everything changes. Down to the main street, softly step the mourner's feet, following the horse, carrying the corpse, and it really is the end. Why do we lament for? We will be
Bravo,
Yeah, that's
man.
it.
Yeah, good
It's a great
shuffle
tune.
feel. You got a great shuffle feel.
Yeah, thanks. It's a great tune to play along to, and they're a great band. Two guys, Paul Keogh and Lenny Cal. And whenever I'm not doing stuff with Picture This, my main band, I like to go and play with them. But at the moment, it's all Picture This, so go check those out as well.
Check both bands out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that last song is on iTunes as well.
That last song, is on their album. Great band from Kildare.
Great. Okay, well, let's get to some questions. There's quite a few here. So we'll get as many as we can, guys, and then we'll get you to play us out with another one of your songs from your maybe drum.
The Drum Cosmos.
The Drum Cosmos is what it's called, yeah. All right, so let's start. Stan Tischendorf, sorry. We've already answered this, but quickly he says, do you ever write out a chart, or is this everything by memory, personally? Do you?
I write out a chart. Just if I'm learning a song quickly, I'll just do really, really small notes on the structure. Yeah, so yes.
Boomer69, he says, I still need a chart even after I got it down on a transcription for the intro, outro, verse, chorus, etc. Maybe I need to listen to the song and play along more? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you need to listen a little bit more. I think you need to relax a little bit more. Don't be worrying too much. Just be confident enough in your playing, practice enough to the point where you don't have to think about it, and just listen to the music. Remember, you're playing for the music. Not that's a hippie-ish thing to say, but listen to the music. Play for the music. Don't play for yourself,
Yeah.
That's very important.
Cool. Stan Tischendorf also asks, what is your approach to breaking down fills in songs, especially ones that are quick and complex?
Just pretend like you know what you're doing. No.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Fake it till you make it. No. Again, just listen to it. Break it down, just even with your hands. Okay, so if the fill is you just know. But he might be doing it like a
hand to foot combination.
Yeah, hand to foot combination, whether it be like listen out for your kick drums as well, and listen out how you can make it easier to flow around the kit.
So maybe just get the rhythm down first of the fill.
Yeah, get the rhythm down. Get exactly how many notes are going on, and then start thinking about which drums are on, and then start thinking about how you can flow it better.
What do you mean by how you can flow it better?
How you can flow it better so you have your hands free. There's nothing worse than going around a kit and being down here, and you're supposed to be back there.
Yeah, okay.
So if you're going... That's it. But you could do it... Put the kick drum between... Give your body more time to kind of use your feet. Your feet are there for a reason,
Perfect. Yeah, no, I agree. So Stan, it's listen to the rhythm first, get how many notes you're playing.
Get how many notes you're playing.
And then work on orchestration.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool. All right, here's one from John Crean. Says, where in Ireland is Jimmy from? I've never seen him play, and I go to a lot of shows here in Ireland myself.
I'm from a small, great town called Athy in South Kildare, and it's awesome. It's around 50 minutes from Dublin, south of Dublin, and it's class.
It's class.
Yeah, it's savage crack.
Savage crack. I'm learning all these new Irish slang. Should I not have said that?
No.
That's good?
That's great.
That's good. All right, savage crack, man. Richie Dittrick?
Oh, I know Richie.
You know Richie?
Hi, Richie.
He says, oh yeah, he lives with me. So how's it going, Jimmy? Delighted to see you up on the big stage, man.
Yeah, we're actually meant to be jamming together sometime soon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, whenever I'm free. Don't worry, Richie.
Well, it's on video now, so you have to jam with them. My question being, you hear a lot of mixed opinions on covers in the sense that you're either overplaying or that you're not making it your own. So in your opinion, what's the best route to take? Is it to stick to the more or less exact layout of the song, or to mix it up a bit, adding your own twist to it, so to say?
For me, what I feel is play it the way the song is supposed to be played. It kind of bugs me when somebody starts overplaying a song. That's cool. If you want to showcase how fast you are and how good a drummer you are, that's great, But to me, there's an obvious reason why that beat is in that song, and it's a certain way, and maybe just play it that way, because it would bug me that if the song isn't sounding right, if it's not sounding the way the song should sound, and it's because of the drums, it's probably because you're not playing the right beat. But it all depends on what you're trying to go for. If you're trying to showcase your techniques and your crazy fills and all that kind of stuff, by all means, go for it. But if you're trying to play the music, you know, and get the music across, stick to what it should be.
Cool. There you go. Here's one from Carmen, and this lesson is all around playing by ear and listening a lot. So this question is, hey Jimmy, hey Dave, do you have any tips on improving your ear? What sort of practice can I do to develop my ears?
Listen to every genre of music, every single genre, and learn to like it. You know, don't be a guy who's like, oh, I only listen to metal, or I only listen to jazz fusion. You know, I'm listening to Snarky Puppy you could be like, I'm listening to Snarky Puppy the last 6 months and I don't want to listen to anything else. Which is easy to do, trust me.
Yes.
But you gotta be listening to everything. Listen to why music is popular, why pop music is so popular, and understand why it is, you know. That can train your ear to being able to play different styles of music and being able to approach different styles of music in a more friendly way. You know, and don't be scared of certain types of genres of music. You know, just kind of I can't remember the question now.
How to develop your listening ear.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like just listen to every kind of music because you're going to take it all.
Too,
and actively listen. Like don't just I listen to music all the time, and I listen intently to music. I'd listen to the same song around 20 times in a row. You know what I mean? If I'm learning it, I'll just listen to it. You know, I think that's very important.
Totally, I agree. We actually have a couple lessons inside of Drumeo Edge 2 on listening practice, so you can check those out. Question from Jack Penders. This is a good question. He says, would you ever consider learning notation at this point of your career?
Learning what?
Learning to read notation,
Yeah, like I had this great idea. I was like, I just saw Travis Orban playing. I'm like, that guy reads metal.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do that. And then I saw Teddy Campbell saying, oh, you got to learn to read because you get so much work. And I really did try it. And I can, like, if you show me a chart, you know, I could read it. I can't read it fluently, though. I can't play and read. But I could figure out, okay, what's going on here. And I might be able to play a version of it. But I would love to. But to be honest, I can't find the time. I really can't.
That's not a bad problem to have.
No, because I'm so busy with producing and with playing and just in general. You know, I haven't had time in a long time to sit down and practice. You know, but
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a free membership to Drumeo Edge, and you can learn how to read notation from our courses.
Well, the other night in the hotel room,
there you go. Yeah,
I was learning everything. It was amazing.
That's awesome. Here's a question from Alistair. It says, do you swap drum gear for different song styles, or do you compensate in other ways?
No, I'd swap it out. I would swap snares a lot, and especially coming from a producer kind of head, which I'm trying to get into producing more. You know, if that bass drum doesn't sound right for a certain song, I have no problem changing it. Same with cymbals. The setup I kind of have here now is kind of just a standard setup. I change my setup all the time as well. I just standard 5-piece, kind of one of every cymbal, and yeah. But it depends on the music. I will change everything. I will change heads especially as well, and sticks.
So how important to you is the sound of what you're doing?
Incredibly important, especially if you're going to be recording, because that's going to be on that recording forever. You know, don't go in like without the right gear or without the things that you think are going to suit the song best. You know, don't bring in a piccolo snare for a John Mayer Vultures kind of groove. You know, that's just obvious. You know,
and you're listening to that obviously too when you're learning the song.
Yeah,
what sounds are coming from the kit.
What sounds and how the kit is tuned is so important. You know what I mean? So important, especially the snare, because the snare and the kick, they come across the most. You know, you got to be so important that you got your snare and your kick right, especially snare, because snare sound, everyone talks about snare sound, you know. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get to one more question. We'll get you to play us out. There's a few people in here that I've seen ask this, so I'll ask you this one. This one's from Callum Ryan, 1996. Says, "I love your drumming, Jimmy. Who are your inspirations? You seem to I seem to see a lot of Benny Greb in your style of playing."
Not a bad...
that's a compliment.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
God, like drummers I would listen to the most. I would listen to Benny Greb. I loved his DVDs. It was really helpful.
Yeah.
Keith Carlock is just one of my all-time favourite drummers. Like, I could watch him all day. I like a lot of drummers like from Nashville, like Dan Needham, Jacob Schroed, those kind of guys who play on a lot of records.
Yep.
Because they know how to play the songs properly. They play the right grooves, those kind of guys. But in terms of drummers, yeah, it's been Keith Carlock for quite a while now. And there's the obvious Vinnie Colaiuta and stuff. Teddy Campbell is a great live player.
The obligatory Jared Falk, too.
Jared Falk, of course.
There you go.
Dave Atkinson here.
That's right.
All the guys in the booth over there don't even play drums, but you know what? You inspire me, guys.
That's right. Cool, man. Well, we'll leave it at that. Again, guys, if you like what you're seeing here, we're going to be filming a bunch of songs, just like the Drum Cosmos is the album that you did.
The Drum Cosmos, yes.
We're going to be filming those and offering them on Drumeo Edge for play-alongs. We're also going to be doing a course with you as well.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a course.
Drumeo.com/trial if you want to try it out for free, or email me, David Drumeo, we can set you up. And follow Jimmy on JimmyRainsford.com, on his Instagram and Twitter, at Jimmy Rainsford, Facebook.com/Jimmy Rainsford Official.
Yes, and my band as well, Picture This.
Picture This.
Yeah, which is band Picture This, and that's my new venture I'm starting now, so please come and follow with me because it's going to be fun.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
And our very first Irish instructor.
Yeah, I'm representing the country. I want to shout out to all the Irish drummers on the Irish Drummers Forum. I'm doing this for you guys.
And I'm very happy you've agreed to be paid in potatoes, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's a very nice treat.
Of course.
So what song would you want to play us out with?
What song have we got lined up?
We have Drumtopia or Drumiverse.
Let's do the Drumiverse because there's a cool groove in it and I like it.
All right. You got that loaded up, Taylor? All good? All right. I'll see you guys all later. Thanks again for coming up, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a million, and thanks to everybody for watching and supporting me. You guys rock.
Cheers.